Today we are going to be unboxing this 12th scale 4-wheel drive monster truck from Hosim. Welcome to the channel. My name is Troy. This is Roadside RC. On this channel you'll see us doing the crawling and the bashing, drifting, some racing, and a lot of product videos, how-tos, demonstrations. And today we have this 4-wheel drive. It's a brushed 4-wheel drive standard can 12th scale motor from Hosim. And there we have the truck itself out of the box. I'm going to actually go over some of these other things that come in at first because this is quite interesting. So the controller, a fairly standard budget model 2.4 gigahertz controller where you actually have a high and low speed power button. You can reverse the steering if you need to, and otherwise you have steering dual rates and steering trims. You need to provide the AAA battery or AA batteries in the bottom to power it. Those do not come with it. But what does come with it is very interesting. It actually comes with a lipo safe bag. I have never had a vehicle that showed up with a lipo safe bag. It comes with 2 batteries that are in the truck as you open it up. So you can store them in there, you can charge it in there with the lead sticking out, and then that way it's a little bit safer. I think this is a very, very nice addition because you know that these vehicles are targeted towards folks like entry-level folks who are looking to get into their remote control hobby. Providing something like this is a very nice sign that Hosim really knows the customers. It comes also with a nice little wrench to take the wheels off, spare wheel nuts, spare body clips, a spare battery hold down. It comes with some lights that it looks like we can put right here into the front bumper. The charger, it comes with a 2-to-1 battery adapter. So I don't see anything in the manual that talks about why they provided this. So we're gonna end up plugging it in and trying it out so I can tell you what more about this. Comes with an alternate battery strap. If you look underneath the top, batteries are actually strapped down with the Velcro strap. However, it provides this, which is kind of cool. You can, if you prefer, you can actually use a physical battery strap instead. With the body off, let's check out a couple other things that we can see with the truck so far. Comes with a standard T or Dean's plug style connector, which is great because you may end up, if you're into this hobby already, you probably already have some other batteries that may fit and connect in there. That's super helpful. It comes with what it calls a 550 style can motor, which it does look like it's long enough. It might actually be 550. What I really love about this is standard soldered on wires that go to the ESC, standard size 10th scale motor, which means if this motor goes bad, there's like a million options out there on the market that you can get to replace that motor for like 15 bucks, 10 bucks, something like that. So that's actually a really nice little feature. I love that they went with a standard sized motor. Now the ESC is an ESC and receiver unit in one. Typically that's somewhat of a negative because then you end up with this 5-wire servo that's proprietary, unique size, but these are becoming more and more common now to where these 5-wire servos are pretty common. You can get them fairly easily if one goes bad, and if we wanted to upgrade all these electronics to brushless in here, we can actually start to find some 3-wire standard servos that will actually fit this size. You will see I put the optional headlights in because headlights are fun. They pop in easily to these clips out here. It looks like you could also pop them in the center if you want. And then I just ran the wire up and over and it plugs right here into the ESC. The other thing that I noticed is I do like it has this upper chassis and strengthening bar in here. That's going to make the center of this chassis significantly stronger and resist bending and breaking and that type of thing. Metal drive shaft there in the center, so that is all good. One thing that I think is curious, I think this is a holdout from years and years ago. 2 shocks on the front, 4 shocks on the rear. This is silly. It's 2021. We have good shock technology. We don't need multiple shocks on a single corner of a vehicle. We're not holding up that much weight. The other thing about it is, at least they are oil-filled shocks, and you can feel based on the rebound, there's no springiness, there's no over springiness there, but what I can say is this is way too stiff. Like it down here for the weight of the vehicle, this is about right. This is about how we would want that damped and sprung. This back here is very stiff, very, very stiff. It's basically gonna act like it has zero suspension. So I'm gonna drive it at first so that you can see it exactly how it comes out of the box. But I will then actually come in and I'm going to take these shocks off. Now there's some silver lining to this. Basically what Hosim's doing is they're giving you spare shocks. So my recommendation, we're going to test it first, but I'm guessing my recommendation is going to be take those shocks off, stick them somewhere, and then that way if you happen to break one of the other 4 shocks, you have a free replacement already straight out of the box. I think that might be what you need to do here. So I'm also seeing metal drive shafts on all 4 corners. That is nice, with, like we said, the standard nuts. So some of the things that you've seen us upgrade on some of the other vehicles, the cheaper vehicles that we have, is we put metal drive shafts with the standard hex nuts on the outside, and we put aluminum oil-filled shocks on all 4 corners. This one's coming with it straight out of the box for that just barely over $100 price. We have this chassis design here. It looks like it's got some nice reinforcing and ribbing here on the bottom, so that is good. I can't tell if these are actually metal or not. They're painted, obviously, which is going to get scraped up. I mean, this is going to die very quickly. It's the lowest thing on the chassis, but I believe that is actually plastic and not metal. So like I said, I was going to test this little plug here for you. So as it turns out, if I get my voltmeter here and I take one fully charged battery, we're at 8.3 volts. We're still at 8.3 volts with both batteries hooked up. So that means we are running this in, I always get it wrong, parallel series. This must be parallel. So you can hook both of these batteries into the truck, plug this in, and what you will get is you will get double the runtime that way. Okay, so a quick lesson learned. I actually put both batteries in here with the adapter because I was like, hey, why not? Let's test the full runtime. I plug it in and there's some short here in this adapter, which is why we don't run adapters on RC cars. All you folks out there, don't run them. Learn how to solder, put your own plugs on. This battery strap that is in here is too long to actually just hold one battery down. It just gets fuzzy to fuzzy. You can't get to this end right here. Hence, you have to use the provided single battery hold down. Now, I don't want to work on taking all that Velcro out right now, so I am just smashing it down in underneath the single battery hold down. And we're going to take this thing outside and see how it does. Okay, first battery pack is done, and honestly, I come in here, motor's nice and cool to the touch. It's not getting overheated at all, and I'm basically full throttle blasted the thing the whole time, so that is good. First run, you could clearly see how the rear of this rear of this vehicle was oversprung, and so I'm going to pop these off before I go with this next battery. Overall, first impressions are good. I mean, I have crashed it, I have bashed it, it has hit some things, it's hit the driveway, I've done all sorts of stuff to it so far. It appears to be completely taking all of it. I mean, it really is. It's entertaining to drive. I'm looking forward to this next battery pack. But first, I'm going to pop these shocks off. We're going to then, in order to take these rear shock off, it's a Phillips head screw on the top here. Here, look, I'm ready for it. And then just pop it off the bottom shock. Ooh. Final thoughts with our Hosim 12th scale truck here. Like, you could tell we enjoyed it, we got it dirty. I even got Logan out here, who is currently mostly driving a Granite basically a Granite BLX, you know, our brushless Granite, and he had a blast. We killed both batteries. I drove one, he drove one. We crashed it, we tumbled it, it has lived. The removing the rear shock to make it just one shock on front and one shock on the rear like that, smart. Really do. I do highly recommend that. The truck drove better. It didn't bounce as much. It drove a lot nicer. And so, hey, when you buy it, you get 2 free spare shocks. You just need to remove them from the truck. But overall, for just a price that's just slightly over $100, that's really pretty fun. I mean, this is one where, like, you just got to, I never want to name names, so just think about other trucks that I review on the channel that are on these cheaper end, right? What do you get for somewhere in that, you can get all the way down to $50, all the way to just over $100. This truck is coming with a standard size motor, oil-filled shocks, straight out of the box, metal drive shafts. It's doing all this stuff, 2 batteries. They gave you a lipo charging bag. Like, this is a really, really good beginner truck. It really is. I am very happy with how good of a beginner truck this is. The speed is good. Everything is there. We're going to keep bashing it. I'm probably going to be giving this away. You know, I love trying these cheap vehicles, but, you know, I mean, is it as good as a 3S Arma, 6S Arma? Is it good as an X-Max? Of course not. It's a whole different scale, right? But it's also geared towards a whole different person, you know? You don't take somebody completely new to RC and just hand them the controller to my overpowered 980 kV X-Max on 8S. You just that's not smart unless you just are looking to rebuild your truck. This is one, somebody very new to the hobby, doesn't want to spend a lot of money, but wants to try to see what this is like. It's hobby grade. The manual tells you all the parts and replacement parts you can get. There's a little card in there that says how you get to hold a customer service, so you can order parts or you can get them online. Comes with the bag, comes with the charger, comes with the batteries, comes with everything for just over $100. Like, that really is pretty good, guys. It really, really is pretty good. So, anyway, I'm going to clean it up. We're going to probably drive it some more, but be on the lookout for more of it on the channel. Come over here, check out some other videos in the meantime. We really appreciate your support. Every time you watch, every time you see something, you know, watch our videos, every minute you spend, hey, it helps the channel out. I really do appreciate it. It helps support our videos, gets more people watching. Helps us, we can start doing more giveaways, all that kind of thing. So hey, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Talk to you later. Goodbye.